distance has always been a goal that I've wanted to achieve, although when I grew up I was not a long distance swimmer, nor was I a freestyle swimmer. I mainly swam breaststroke and butterfly. But there was something about the history of Robben Island and my interest in politics and wanting to know what happened had a lot to do with why I felt like I could play a role, or even as a personal goal, swim from such an iconic place. And the distance added to it, and only when I started training for it, I became aware of the water element that was obviously very cold. Those were the main reasons why I started the journey of training for the Robben Island swim. You don't necessarily only need to be fit. Your mental fitness needs to be at a much higher level than your actual physical fitness. I don't think that it necessarily takes a good swimmer to make the crossing. And I know that there are several swimmers who attempted to make the crossing but just couldn't, because either it wasn't their day or they were just not simply mentally prepared to finish it. You end up being in the middle of nowhere, and almost everywhere where you can possibly train in Cape Town, you can see landmarks, whereas with Robben Island, there's nothing. You got Table Mountain and you got water, which is basically it. And I think that is the main reason why people who are not necessarily open water swimmers don't see this as a realistic goal. But it certainly is for me. As we approached Robben Island from the Oceana Boat Club, I saw that the water was quite rough and it was choppy. As we reached Robben Island, all I could see was just patch of kelp everywhere. And I had some difficulties with the kelp in the past. What I set my mind on in preparing myself for the Robben Island swim was mainly getting through the kelp, which was quite intense because I thought it would be the most difficult part of my swim, which it actually wasn't. Suddenly, I had this feeling of freedom where I didn't feel like the kelp was holding me back, or I didn't feel that this is my #1 obstacle, and if I could get through this, I could get through the swim. I just wanted to get going. It was actually such a pleasant swim where I didn't really feel the distance. And I was alone, like I was the only swimmer with the boat, and then my other teammates with groups of 2, and then they had the boat. The waves was very unexpected, and I didn't expect to see as much wildlife as I did. In fact, it was something that I didn't really think about. I remember people reaching out to me before the swim, wanting to share their experience with me, and all everyone said was, enjoy the swim, take in this amazing moment and realize that what you are doing is so far out of reach for so many people. And that really resonated with me, because the closer I came to shore, the more emotional I became, because I realized that this is something that I've been wanting to do for such a long time. Literally any fish could come to me. And I remember telling my grandmother when she asked me, what happens if a shark comes to you and eats you? And I said, I will just give them the look. And they would turn away from me. And in that moment, it really felt like that. Like I felt like I was at one with nature, and I felt like I belonged in the water. It doesn't matter how rough the wind got and how choppy the water became. It didn't even feel like 2 hours and 45 minutes. Certainly the idea or the thought or the reality of thinking that I've actually swam from Robben Island to Bigbay was just insane. Like I just feel so proud of the fact that I enjoyed it.